Ad break. Thanks Ditherinus for checking in. Thanks Ink Ink Demon for checking in. I'm alive bitches. Thanks Shira Bratty Catchif _ for checking in. Thanks Nom 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 _ for checking in. Thanks Samfort Thewer for checking in. Language. Thanks Adam for checking in. Thanks Arav Bhutan for checking in. Thanks Void Droid 1855 for checking in. Thanks Senostic for checking in. Thanks Zerozka for checking in. We can see the Among Us guys Roni. You cannot hide them from us. Good morning Roni, did you get enough sleep again? Did you drink water? Did you eat breakfast? Well look what we have here. It's mundane first when they realize that time zones exist.
Let's go gambling!
Ads over. Thanks Sword Soft Darkness for checking in. I hear his mouse clicks, he's here, just wait.
Hello. Give me one
Thank you
second.
Skylon Parade for the follow.
Hello chat. How's it going? How you guys doing?
Hi
Hold on a
Roni.
second. It's too loud. This is
You
too
smell
loud.
/ this is a joke, don't skin me.
Okay. Hero, did you
Roni
get
was
enough
good.
sleep again? No. I got the opposite. Oh. Alright. There are a few
Insomnia Simulator.
submissions. But there are ones without like a direction where they want to
Thank you
improve on,
Michaela
so
Shinoa for the follow.
I'm not gonna do those right now. Right, hello everyone. How are you guys doing?
Do a witch.
No, we're doing Chitara Tuesday.
Roni sleep stream.
No. Alright, give me 1 second.
Skibidi Yacht mac and cheese. Roni, I have a quick question I've been waiting to ask. I've seen some artists use different colors to differentiate and help locate where certain parts. Thanks Sophenia for checking in.
Certain
time.
parts are. Do you find it easy
Thanks
to
the
use on the
Masquerade
back?
for
That's my
checking in.
question. What do you mean certain parts? I mean, I like colored line
Do a
arts.
tutorial on how to force my art to wear dresses.
That's
Can you
good
donate
for
me
like
1,500 Robux, please?
no. I think that's good for like
Ditto go boom.
animation. Otherwise, I don't know. Anyway, I got like
I normally use different
4
colors
hours.
for the sketch, like body, clothes, face, that kind of stuff.
that's too much work for me. Like it's like
Architect tutorial when? Are you her Pokemon or her little pet? Or maybe buddy? Please donate me 1,500 Robux, I
architecture
beg you.
tutorial. What do you want to know about architecture? It's mostly straight lines and perspectives. Oh, thanks for the Vine Boom. Anonymous.
Her little pet bra.
Anyway, I'm not a pet. A business partner. Should we start with Kurai's art?
Roni, can you give me a tutorial on how to draw air? My question is that do you find it easier to use different colors or a solid color? Trying to learn digital art because your designs for everything in.
I use like a single color, and then like I change it if I'm gonna whenever I'm gonna render it. It's just too much work to like color code everything, especially if I'm not Discord.
Thanks SR71 Blackbird for checking in.
I should change the name. Maybe fixing art for the
Roni, can you draw a Gaster Blaster for a void?
Alright. So let's see.
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Roni?
Doing fine. Hi, Grim.
Hey Roni, you took all the talent from the talent pile. Leave some for us.
There's a lot of talent left. It's inside you, chat.
Hello Roni and chat. How are you all today?
The talent is still inside you, chat. Just like I was with your mom last night.
Hey you, yes you, we've been trying to reach you about your car's expected pregnancy. Ron, should I create a Discord account for this or is it too late? Which mom? I have two.
Maybe later. Both.
Thank you Chard_water for the follow.
Alright, give me 1 second. Alright.
Plus I don't want to get sent Club Penguin links or get Grom, so yeah.
Wait, I have a donut. What? I'm gonna fix people's art so I can get cancelled on Twitter later. That's what we're doing today.
Asking Roni to draw himself as a girl with mommy energy.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
say Ron, can you please help me draw an OC? It looks like a toddler drew it at the moment, and I want to be able to improve on it with some help. He's a Ron, should I send in some art and on what channel? Hello.
It's on the Fixing Art channel. I changed the name to make it more appropriate. I don't know. Alright. Maybe we should just start.
Tutorial on how to draw hair? I'm really bad at it.
Not today. Maybe I can, if someone asks for it, maybe I can give like quick tips. Okay. This was from Kurai. One of my mods. I might need clarification. Like, what do you want for like the first two? Like, just in general? I feel like that's too vague. On the get ratted that you ask for shading, I can definitely give a few pointers there.
Should I send some draw to adopt art or just some stuff I doodled?
Maybe later. Alright, this one I can actually give pointers since it's on shading. Alright. So for this one,
Eyes and mouth and nose more nose.
for this one, I think
Where's the Discord server link?
he's showing. Just use exclamation mark Discord. If that doesn't work, rough. It should work. I don't know why it doesn't work for some people. Like there's no it shouldn't expire. You can literally enter it on like an incognito window. Anyway. So for the shading on this one,
Hey, how are you? Ronilmlim.
I'm doing fine. Alright. So here's the thing about shading. It's a lot about like the two important parts are color and like shape. If we're doing black and white, it's just shape. So usually for the most part you want to have a definite place where shadows are. It shouldn't just be like underneath. I mean, I know it's like here it's kind of vague where the shadows are. I know there's like shadows here. Is it gonna be like here? Are the shadows here? Like if you want to have like the first step for like knowing like how you would shade is like knowing where you would put your light source. So generally it's like above the subject. So obviously like the shading would be like the things below, the planes facing below, and then like the places where the shadow will be casted. So let's say there's like light here.
Aren't the shadows like under or on the opposite of the light source? JS a question
light
cause him
source.
dumb at heart.
Yeah. Not necessarily opposite of like the light source. It's like the planes facing away from it, and the places where it's in shade, where there's like cast
How do I get
shadows.
past the initial struggle when starting a drawing? I always start then just lose faith in myself I guess, and stop.
Courage and being fine with sucking. Knowing that everyone started sucking at the beginning, or even even in the middle, even if you're like at the top level, you still have like those doubts, those doubts and those doubts like exist in every level. And then that a lot of people still persist even after that.
Why is?
Okay, let's say there's like a light source here, a basic light source.
Ron, I made Discord account for occasion. I demand to be accepted. Imglevi.
Is it? Maybe you're accepted. Be sure to read the rules, because people don't
Actually
usually read
today is
rules.
Monday.
Actually, it's in GMT
That's until a
time zone.
homeschooled 13-year-old with 1K subscribers on YouTube draws better than you.
Like, who cares?
Maybe they
if like
don't
a
know how to
13-year-old. First of all, who cares if like a 13-year-old, like a younger person, draws better than you? Like, you're just gonna. A lot of people, like, you can draw a lot better than like some other older people. Like, who cares? It's not about like comparing yourself with others. It's about like being better than yourself.
I read rules now. What
Did
what
you
channel are you checking? Grab water if you forgot it. Sound thirsty.
Did you react to the emoji? Hi, TK.
Please
Anyway.
don't compare yourselves with others so much.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, no one. It's not that don't compare yourself with others. You would compare yourself with others. That's human
easy
nature.
Dub, thanks, bruh.
That's human nature. Like people who compared themselves, like cavemen who compared themselves with other cavemen, like survived longer. Comparing yourself with others is like normal.
Thank you.
You shouldn't feel
Quarterly
bad
Orange
for
the
comparing
follow.
yourself with others, but know that it's not like them doing better is not an indication that you're doing bad. Alright, we should go back to the tutorial. I'm being motivational here. So obviously you want to define where like the light source is coming from. So let's say the light source is coming from here. Actually no, kinda wanna make the light source come from here. Make it more interesting. So
No, it's beautiful.
like the crowns will have like the crown here. Obviously like the crown is like a circular thing. Like if you look above. So if the light source is here, this part will be in light, this part will be in shadow. But like the transition is usually like the transition of like the shadow, from light to shadow, it's not as gradual as you would think, even though
It's
like it's
stunning.
like round. It's probably gonna be. Alright, I'm gonna paint over it. Like there's gonna be like a point here where like it's like darker than like light. So it's not like it doesn't like the way lighting
It's
works
like
is
a
that
game.
it doesn't
Do
go
you
from
compare
like
yourself with others?
light.
Yes, but you don't feel so bad you quit. You keep playing and get your own style and such. Do the
Like it's not a perfect
Does
gradient.
copying other artists as learning material is ethical? As long as I pin the real artist and didn't post it, it should be okay, right?
Yeah, copying others is fine for like learning.
Flicks peanut.
Like people learn by copying. Shouldn't feel bad for copying others, or like trying to emulate their art style, or like trying to emulate like what you like about their art. That's fine. I rarely meet like an artist who would claim like an art style, and those are like usually very insufferable people.
Can you fix my artwork? I accidentally made a dot that was too
Obviously
big.
like you shouldn't like trace other people's art or like claim that it's yours if you trace them.
Tutorial Tuesday?
Obviously like
Amazing.
giving
Hi again, Roni.
giving
Roni,
credit
am I
when
properly
you
shading
have
if I
to
use
should be
warm
fine.
colors
That's
for
fine.
light source and using cooler complementary colors for shadows?
Um,
How long have you been
I-
drawing, Roni?
if I use warm
How
colors
do you
for it.
claim a whole ass
Alright,
art
there's
style?
like alright, there's nuance to that, Mystic Flower. But generally you do want either warm shadows if you have cool lighting, or like warm lighting if you have cool shadows. That's like generally the idea. I break that rule like
Is
I
there
break
an art
that
style you absolutely don't like though?
I break that every single time. I break that like almost every single time. But like if you're like starting out and you don't have like a guide on like how to do shading or like do lighting, that should be fine. That's like a good thumb, not thumb. It's like a good, how do you say that? It's like I forgot the term. It's a good default.
You should
I
draw a
don't know.
bomber plane.
Right, so like you should have like a definite places where it's like in shadow, and it doesn't just like go from like light to like from like the lightest part to black. Second, it's rarely light shadow is rarely black. I've said this in like a tutorial before. But like shadows are, yeah, rule of thumb is good. That's what I was thinking. I forgot because like I don't have sleep. Like shadow isn't black. It's not just darkness. It's light. It's ambient light. It's the light that's being bounced around the place. So I'll give you an example.
Plaza with a cherry on top. Draw a bomber plane.
All right. The best example is like you can find this from like I think like snow. Like you know that snow is like white, right? So but like if you look at the shadows here, it's not like black, or it's not like a darker shade of this. It's blue.
Holy farteronies, I uploaded my art. Can you do mine, or is it a queue?
I'm
it is
looking for
also
like
really Sigma.
it's not necessarily
Thank you,
cute. Like,
Sleepyberry19 for the follow.
I'm gonna look at like the channel and then see like which ones I can give tips on. So like see here, this is blue, right? That's because it's like the light from the sky going down. Like this, like the sky also gives light here to the ground. That's why it's not pure black. This doesn't plunge into like pure dark abyss. There's like light still. So you should keep that in mind. You should always keep that in mind. So like here, you wouldn't want to be like just a darker shade. You would probably think of like a different
Ambient
maybe
light.
lighter color.
Jazz
Yeah,
hands.
ambient light. So like here, if it's
Wow,
yellow here,
I need to watch this for more info on how to fix my art.
I would probably go
That's
here.
one sexy ram. I'd let them do some unholy.
I'd probably go something like this. And then like be more solid here. Like you wouldn't really do like soft shading here. Now this is like mostly like my own preference. I usually don't do soft shading on a lot of stuff. I kind of do like hard shading on stuff, and I usually like use hard brushes, and like I just do that. All right. See this, like this color here, they end up like not being too like, this doesn't really fit well. It doesn't look like a natural crown. So I would probably like, in terms of like color, instead of like
Thanks for the
doing
tip,
this,
Ronnie. I'm so fucking dumb at shading.
that's fine. Everyone's like, that's the thing, like everyone's like everyone's like has to start somewhere. So like here, instead of like actually going for yellow and then let's just making it darker, I'd probably shift it to like red. Maybe around here. No, it's too much. Around here. It's like it's almost orange. Oh, it's way too light. What am I doing? Something around here.
Where is Omni-Man?
No, like because it's like circular, they should be they would usually be more gradual, but since it's like an emote, I'm not gonna overcomplicate it. Like maybe 1 or 2 colors should be fine.
Gron, I posted my art, you must critique it or else I am taking
I'd
your
probably
mom's
do
kid's
it.
son's dad hostage.
Bro, calm down. You know how I do things. If you force me to do something, I'm less likely to do it. Also like
Bro,
here,
no
you look here, it's
Mogadishu.
like if you don't now this part kind of looks flat now. Like this part here. That's because like this is like where highlights come in. You see how like if you're looking at it like the top view of like the crown, like the part here, it's like getting hit directly by the light. That's where you usually put your highlights. It's gonna be like
Boy.
around here.
Say goodbye to her mom's kid's son's sister's mom's dad's son.
Like highlights are like where you put like the brightest part. This is like basically, this is just as bright as the light source. It's never gonna be like much brighter or like much darker. It can,
Did
I
you
mean,
know
it's
that
not
every
gonna
60
be
seconds
it's
a
not gonna get
minute
brighter
passes
than
in
the light
Africa?
source. I gotta screw up this. It's just not like so yeah, like remember that the highlights isn't like much isn't gonna be brighter than like the light source that you have in mind. So if your brightest light is like very dim, the highlight's not gonna be like that bright. It can only get as bright as like your light source.
Hi Ronnie.
So like
Today has
let me
not
see
gone
if
how
I
I
can
wanted it to,
find.
sadly. My boyfriend
see if I
broke up
can
with me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Hayden.
And what about like the gems since they're multifaceted?
I hope you're hope you start feeling better soon. That's the question. What gems since they're like multifaceted? We're getting there later. Give me 1 second. Gonna give like an example from like my old artworks, if I have any. What's a good looking moment? I think that's like here. You see, like my highlights isn't that bright. It's not like I have like a white here.
Q for the whole day X of asking Roni to draw X. Is it once per video per day? One day one
Because
video.
like the light,
or every video it's changed to how many days have pa.
like the light isn't like
Can we
since
get
like the
07S
main
in the
light
chat
source
for them?
isn't that bright. The highlight here, especially like the eyeball, isn't also that bright. What did you say? For the whole. Is it one video per day or every video changed to how many days? Just comment on like a video. You can comment it on like one video if you want. As long as I have like a few screenshots I can share, so that like when I make the drawing, it's like impressive that you guys like did that for like a certain amount of days. It doesn't really matter. You make a comment on like multiple videos. You can do it on like a couple. Preferably you do it on like whenever I upload. Alright, so like this is like a very generalized idea. Obviously, like here, gemstones are like a bit more different. Like since they're like, it's like one color per plane. That's like a good.
So the shadow is on the opposite plane of the light/light source. And I like
Kinda.
that your highlights aren't bright as the sun. I am taking notes.
Yeah. So like here, I would say like there's like a diamond here. Or like I don't know what this is. It's like a red. It's a ruby. Like this would be like the brightest part, because like it's like facing the light source. Then maybe like a different shade here. I'm gonna put that in heart. Different
That's
shade
cause
here.
gems are usually very slightly
Different
see-through.
shade here. Yeah. No, that's like
Fixing fart, huh?
yes. Now here maybe kinda different. This is like this is like very basic for like an emote thing, but like if you want more for like gemstones, there are a few more things you need to keep in mind. Alright, give me one. Let's see. Like one of the chatters said like it's see-through. Yeah, it is see-through. That's why it's like not like the lights kind of
Luckily I got in sub, but they put sweet pickles on my sub instead of dill pickles.
What? Yeah. Like the facets are like very different colored. Like on the inside. Like you can see like on the inside here. You can see like on the outside faces. Like it's a bit more complicated. But if you're
I'm
I
so
feel like
glad my emote is getting called fart, and yes,
this
it's
is
a
fine.
ruby.
See right here. Like this is like a very simplified like gemstone. I don't want to change too much on like the artwork. Obviously, I don't want to be like oh you like you shouldn't draw it like this. You should draw it like, and then like I change the entire thing. I don't want to do that. But yeah, that's like the general idea. At least for like the crown. Obviously, like here, for like the rat, I feel like the rat can use a bit more shading, especially on like some of like the key areas. You don't need a lot of shading. For like these things, I do like having a lot of shading. I'm very dramatic when it comes to shading. Like I like dramatic shading a lot. Like even on like some emotes. But you don't really need it.
Sorry for talking so much, but I didn't even know I was tired, but I ended up taking a 3-hour nap. Smile. Change it as much as you want. I honestly need the knowledge.
No, like I'm trying to change it. Like I'm trying to like keep it on like this like same art style. I don't wanna do like it's not my art style basically. I'm not gonna like try to like change your art into like my art style. I wanna like coach you based on like your own art style. So like here, like the shading here, actually no, don't rats have like pink ears like on the inside? Yeah, it's a case. Oh yeah, it's kind of pinky. I'd probably make this pink. Something like this. Just some minor changes. I'll do it like that, and then maybe like add like cast shading. There's cast shadows here from like the ear. A bit darker actually. Yeah. Like something like this. Now you did say like shading is like color.
I think a good start on
like
shading is
values.
geometry/shapes. Especially the sphere. It's a good
Right.
start for training.
Yeah.
What do you think,
Color
Ronnie?
/ values. Yeah. Color / values, and then also like shape. A lot of it's like shape language. Like I think like it's half color and like values, and then half shape language. It's like knowing what shapes are like the best to use in like that situation. So you need to learn a lot about like what shapes like are like common like shapes that shadows form, if that makes sense. You kind of need to like train your like brain to like see it in like in 3D.
Roni equals ghost and hex equals cute artist.
But that's a bit too complicated for now, so I'm gonna stick to this. So like I'm drawing like the inside of like the ear, or like I'm shading it kind of like this. So you kind of know that it's like being like the light's coming from like above. It might be too late. I'm not sure if it's too late. You can still submit, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to like do it, you know. Like I said, I can do like maybe 10 at most. And I'm like gonna I'm gonna do it based on like if I can give tips. So you should say what you want to improve on. If you're just asking for general stuff, I'm less likely to give tips. Like obviously I would also put shading here at the like below like the chin. Like here.
Thank you Ty_K13 for the follow.
And then like here on the belly.
Have you ever played Titanfall 2? If yes, what are your thoughts on it?
So something like this. Also maybe make this.
Thanks, average Beat Saber player, for
It's
checking
gonna be
in.
the same here. Like I'm gonna shift like the color here for like the shadow here. I'm not just gonna make it like slowly go into dark, into black. So that's not how like light works. It
Hello,
will
Ronnie
like
Sama,
have
and to everyone tuning. Mr. Random here. I just
Like,
want
it's
to
gonna
say
be
have a
like
wonderful day and
this.
enjoy drawing and vibing. I'll be lurking for.
and like there's like knuckles here. Like when you're shading hands, you want it to like you want to it like you want the edges to
What
like
jazz do you
end at
play?
like the knuckles. Like don't I would like not use soft shading when I'm like dealing with like hands. Like hands are like very like the angles are sharp. If that makes sense. So it doesn't like go from like it doesn't go from like light to dark evenly. You want to have like different shading for like every like section of like the joints for like the hands. I need like an aid. Like here. You see how like the hands have like different sections here? They would have obviously like these would have like different shadings. Especially if like you're looking from like the front. This might be not the best angle actually.
Ron, I am going to go get
Like
food.
here.
Don't fix mine till I am back. Comparing yourself or others is really useless or just rude.
Right.
People can't just get better at what they are. So be like Roni. Roni doesn't care if some. Such
it's not like-
knowledge. Much fun.
Like I said, it's not like you shouldn't compare yourself. You can't like it's human nature to compare yourself, but like it's like you should just recognize that if you're comparing yourself, they're just passing thoughts and that they don't really they don't affect your success or like your progress. Like if someone's doing better than you, like it doesn't mean you're doing worse. Especially in art isn't like a race. It's not even a marathon. It's like
If the comparison ends up in you putting yourself down, then it ends up destructive.
yes,
Compare
That's
yourself
good- that's
to
a
who
good
you were
way to-
yesterday.
that's a good way to look at it. Like obviously like I compare myself to like other artists, but like I don't compare it in like the same way like oh they're younger than me or like they're like way better than me even though they're younger. I was just thinking of it as like oh they do it like this. I could probably like improve myself like by applying this technique or like motivating myself by like seeing like how they did it. Here's the thing, like if you see someone, all right, here's my
Curse words.
here's my here's like how I see things. If I see someone
Thanks for the lurk, Bryce and
like
your king.
get better at art in like such a short time, like they get like super good in like maybe 4 months or so, I would think instead of like
Thank you, Miser
thinking
Like
oh they're
QB, for
so
the
much
follow.
better than me, instead of like dwelling on like the fact that they're so much better than me like such a short time, I would say if they did that in 4 months, I wouldn't, if I can do what they did in like 4 months but I do it in like half like twice the time and like twice as slow, that's still a good amount of time. That's like 8 months. Like if I can improve,
Thank you,
if I
Panda
can,
Conquest
if it takes
Yada
me
for the
8 months
follow.
to do what they did, I think that's still a good time for me. Like, I wouldn't like who cares? Because if I don't do it like 4 months, right? Yeah, you're still at that point. You're still like learning. Like it's about just trying to do to better yourself. Like you can compare yourself with others, but the person you should compare yourself the most is like your past self. Like where was I? Oh yeah. Like here, notice here. Like the shading here. Like it's almost like a line. Obviously like it's not a line here since it's more organic. But a lot of artists just do basically like turn this into like one shape. Also here too. It's like the same here for like the hands. Can't find that. Yeah. You want to have like entire shading here. Then maybe like if you're gonna have like highlights, you're gonna have it's gonna be like a sausage. You know how like sausages have like and a photo. You know like sausages have like God damn it. Google is so annoying. Now like sausages are like circular and then they have like this line of like highlights here. Kinda like that. You can have like a line of highlights here.
Thank
but
you, one valiant
based on the art
heart
style,
one for the follow.
And because this is an emote, you don't really need to do that to be more that's a bit too complicated. I'd probably just use flat. Maybe like a bit. If I'm gonna do highlights, just gonna be like this. Also, one more tip. The ground also has light. The ground bounces light, and if you can see the ground, it bounces light. There's like some light bouncing to it.
In my opinion, if you pressure yourself into learning something to be better than someone, it just ends up with you losing motivation.
Yeah. So like there would be light coming up here, right? Like some faint light coming up here. So that usually results in like a bounce light. So like the planes facing that ground will have like be a bit
Kisby,
brighter.
for checking in.
Will be just a little bit brighter. Now it's like I said, this is like an emote. You don't really.
What if you pressure yourself
really
into learning to get into art college?
Do that. I wouldn't. Why would you pressure yourself to go into art college? Used to think I don't think art colleges are good. Unless you need like connections for like the industry or whatever. But even then, like you should just focus on like doing if you're gonna go there, you're just doing it for the connections, then you should just focus on those.
College with facts and logic. Thank you,
That's kind of what I hate about like I mean just in colleges in general. It's not really about learning, it's just about like also making connections. Like the things you learn in college are like learnable outside of college.
I love my beautiful girlfriend. She's so amazing and very good looking.
So like here, you see here, there will also be like some bounce light coming from here.
Graphene unit redeemed song request.
It will actually be
Marble
a bit
machine,
lighter here.
Wintergarten.
Like at the edge here. Not doing that here.
Roni, why did you rat me?
Yeah. So I didn't want to change it that much. I also didn't want to spend that much time here, but I hope you that like gives you like a bit of an idea, like how to improve like your shading. There's a lot of shading actually. A lot of people who ask for shading. No, no
I was
way.
playing a Pokemon fan game and I just encountered Hexmaniac.
I don't know if I can give you like tips on like your other art, correct? I'm not sure what you want to improve on that. I feel like you can it's like one at a time. I can give you like one tip on like one thing at a time. If it's too much, like I'm basically like changing the art style. Is it changing the art?
When I apply this to my rat emote, are you going to finally add it to Twitch and Discord emotes? Nose
Oh yeah,
and mouth.
maybe. Let's see. What was it? I heard someone. I didn't reply to it. Alright. I couldn't find it. Oh, there's like art here. My parasaur. I mean, this is good art. Alright. Alright, parasaur. Ask for
Thanks for
some
the look,
shading
Kisby.
tips. I can actually be.
What should I
I
draw
think this
while
is
I
like.
watch?
I think the shading is good for the most part. Depending. Especially if it's like an art style. Like I said, I'm more dramatic when it comes to like shading. I don't know if you noticed. I'm very dramatic when it comes to like shading. I'm like very the contrast is like much higher than like what most people would do. But this is also fine.
What is the strongest
If-
animal you think you can fight?
A sick wolf. I take on a sick wolf. Like a wolf who hasn't like eaten like it's like weak because they haven't eaten in a while. I'd beat that. I'd win.
I could be
Oh,
the
yeah, you know-
NGL.
Oh yeah, you know how like when people like said they can like gorilla would beat like 100 people. I don't think a gorilla would beat 100 people, but a bear might. A grizzly bear might.
Weed eater.
I still don't think it would, but like a bear has like a better chance because like they're like actually harder to kill. Like way harder to kill. Right, so these are the artworks. I think these are good. But if you want more shading tips, I would, like I said, I'm probably gonna be more inclined to like more dramatic shading. So I'm gonna try to make this more. I'm gonna like make like the color changes here.
It depends on
Personally,
the
I
man.
would
We're all talking like the average man nowadays is a Spartan warrior and not either obese or a twink.
Yeah.
All it takes the gorilla to move a guy and they're losing BC they're running.
What? It takes the girl to maul a guy, and they're losing because what? Bro, it's like 100 guys. Did you know that gorillas have like mostly fast twitch muscles, which are like gets tired real quick, and don't really regenerate energy that quickly. We also have better, we can sweat better. Gorillas can sweat, but we're still better at it.
Hourly ad break incoming.
We're way better at sweating, so it's easier for them to overheat. And if we're like taking fear into account, what do you think, who do you think is more likely to run? Like a gorilla alone, who also like is used to like social, being in like a social structure, facing down like 100 like unknown, like almost as big as them creatures, or like 100 people like facing down like one gorilla. The gorilla's more likely to run if we're taking fear into account. Remember, gorillas are also like very social creatures. They depend a lot.
Talking about anatomy, it goes deep low.
They depend
Roni,
a lot
what do you
on
think of
like
a redeem
their
of Bald
own.
Hexy?
Maybe. Alright, they also depend a lot on like their own, like basically tribe. So like if you isolate one, they're more likely to flee. So if we're taking like fear into account, that gorilla is more likely to flee first than like the others. And when they start fleeing, you can just basically run them down. Like if the person know, like if like the 100 people know how to run down like a gorilla, basically you just don't go too close that it will trigger them to attack, but like you stay close enough that you don't lose sight of them, and like you force them to like basically still keep running. That gorilla's fucked.
Thank you, Lumas Zero Red, for the follow.
You basically run them down like how we used to run down deer. The gorillas don't stand a chance. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The gorilla can, and if like that gorilla decides to fight, it can swing like at best 10, maybe 20 times, and then like that, those swings
most
might
of the people
kill.
Fighting won't know how to do that.
Well,
Minimum
I feel
wage?
like
Question mark.
no, even on a straight up fight, that gorilla
If
can
you
like
count
do
fear factor,
like
gorilla is fucked, but polar bears
Yeah.
are a different
polar
story.
bears just don't fucking care. They just charge at you. That's why I said like bears are much more likely to win. Like bears don't fear a lot of things. They would leave you
A gorilla
alone.
can toss a car. What if the gorilla throws its
A
shit?
gorilla can toss a car. How many times? Do you think a gorilla can toss a car all day? How many times do you think it can toss a car? You think you can? First of all, like a trained boxer can like maybe throw like a full powered punch like maybe 10-20 times before they have like catch their breath. Those like professional boxers have like better stamina control than like gorilla. A gorilla has like very strong burst burst movements, but like they get tired way easier than humans. They don't regenerate as fast either. So you can definitely like Like people think that
Okay, who would win? 50 polar bears
a
or
gorilla
100
can like
gorillas?
a gorilla can flip a car. Yeah, that's an ult. That's not like a basic attack. If you think of it as like an ult that they can do like maybe once or twice, like they're fucked.
If it Harambe going off Pokemon rules, humans which are a fighting normal can help.
They're fucked. Like it's an ult. It's not a basic attack. And like the bears can like do like can do at best like 20 basic attacks, and then after that you can just kill them. You can just pile on, like choke it. You can literally grapple. Like all the simulations did. Like I saw the simulation in like on Twitter. They like the humans never grappled, not once. It's so dumb.
One arm swing from a gorilla would swipe off like 10 guys' heads.
Bro,
Tossing a car could cause collateral damage that can wipe out like 40
bro,
people.
what kind of person are you talking about? Who fucking runs down on like a gorilla? Who, in what universe does like a gorilla swipe once and then like kill like 10 people? Like the people that won't dodge like a very obvious attack. The average man, what the fuck is the average man for you? These aren't Spartan warriors. The average person is like stronger than you would think. Especially if we're going for median.
Type. Just don't fight the gorilla. Back away slowly.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the point. You don't go all in. You like kind of like linger on the outside. Like you make it out so like that like the average humans is like totally helpless. They're not. They will have like at least some survival instincts.
Bookieson underscore is rating us with a party of 68.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you, Bookieson underscore, for the raid.
Hello, hello Raiders. Hi, thanks, thanks Bookie for the raid.
Thank you, Zoria, for the follow.
Hi Bookie. How are you guys doing? I'm just talking about gorillas and 100 humans again. Oh no. Why did you raid while me like in the middle of me ranting? It's kind of funny. Doing good. How are you, homie? I'm also doing good. I'm supposed to be doing like art tips for like my viewers, but it kind of devolved into like the gorilla debate again. But hi, how you doing, Raiders? Monkey, yeah. Oh yeah, which one would win for you? 100 average humans or a gorilla?
Honestly, it's really just down to the last 40 to 50 people, because the first like 50 are dying for sure.
No,
If
it's
they know
not
what to do
50.
in the gorilla got tea.
At
W
best,
out of
20.
context. Lil bro thinks a million guys build like Destiny could scratch a piece of paper, let alone hurt a fully grown ravenous silverback gorilla.
Okay, that's not the average human. Destiny is not the average human. I refuse to do. Depends if people have tools or not, I think. Now, even if it's like a regular person, unarmed, maybe like have like access to rocks, maybe.
If there was a professional cyclist in that crowd, the gorilla's fucked. They can just kick the shit out of the gorilla. Human low diff. But what if yo?
Like, alright. If we're talking like average, like at least like a few people there would at least go to the gym like every now and again. How big's the gorilla? It's like an average gorilla. I feel like people think like the gorilla's like King Kong. Like
Ad's over.
Like it's not that. Like the gorilla's like, what's the height of a gorilla? a gorilla is like 1.4 meters, so it's like really tall. But like, if you look at it, like most people, like if a gorilla looks like at a crowd of like 100 people, it's not gonna be like, nah, I'd win. It's gonna run. And like the reach of like a gorilla's
Thank
arm
you, Vanilla Snorter, for the follow.
is like similar to like a person. So in what universe does like a gorilla swing once and kill like 10 people? Like at best it hits like one person at a time. And like I said, like the gorilla's movement is like very quick burst, but like they tire out easy. So it's not even 40 people. Like
Thank
at
you,
best,
Wolf
at
Game
best,
74
if
for the
that
follow.
gorilla locks in and like actually goes in for like kill shot every single time, and like it knows like how to target, it kills like 20 people. At best. Realistically, it's probably not even it's not probably even gonna get to 10. Like it's 100 people. After that, like after like it tires out, like it kills like maybe at best 10. It's gonna it becomes helpless. All right, what's like the average?
Most damage
Alright.
the gorilla could do is throwing large objects at multiple people.
Yeah. Average humans 5'7" for males globally.
Thanks for the lurk, bookies and underscore.
Average. Alright, see ya, Bookie. Thanks for the raid again. Also, if so yeah, if you. Alright. I need to settle this. I need to settle like this debate.
I could take
It's
a
like
gorilla.
chat keeps
Oh, in a fight?
thinking like you
Oh, I'm
can.
died.
Yeah. Anytime missed, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, well, since like even since I raided you. I should raid you at some point. I just keep missing you, I think.
Will this stream be turned into a VOD?
I mean, it's always a VOD. I always have like a VOD on YouTube. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the gorilla. Not to mention the gorilla isn't naturally inclined to charge 100 humans. Yeah, that's true.
Remember,
like you,
it took
they
like
have
6
similar
humans
social
to take
structure
down
to
a
us.
woolly mammoth, and they were hunted to extinction.
Yes, that is true. Although to be fair, we did have like sticks.
Hi Roni,
We did have
here
six
for a
spears to
quick
do
stop
that.
by. What are you drawing?
Like if you like gathered like it's like 100 people with at least like decent survival instincts and like not like have like very close to median like build, you can win that. You definitely win that. Like I said, the gorilla has like limited moves. It's like think of it as like Tyranitar fighting 100 Magikarps. Like even if like Tyranitar has like very high damaging moves, they can only do it like a certain. They have very limited PP. Someone said
Roni,
gorilla
is the
wouldn't
title
want to
true?
fight that many
Fixing
people.
out art?
It would choose to
If
run.
yes, where should I
Yes.
send my drawing?
No, you can send it on Discord. Yeah, gorilla wouldn't. Alright, they might not choose to run, but they will try to like keep their distance. If like humans get too close, they'll obviously like feel threatened, and then maybe charge. But like gorillas are also like very sensitive to like so like if they think they can't win, they wouldn't fight. Have you guys seen this video? Yeah, let me show you.
Most high damage Pokemon moves have like 8 PP max.
Yeah. And that's the gorilla. Like, gorilla can flip a car like once or twice. Alright. Oh no, there's an ad. God damn it. Give me 1 second. Alright. Give me 1 second.
Thank you, Amisu, for the follow.
Alright, have you sent... Like, look at this gorilla. Look at this guy.
And I think, and I'm sure, if I would have even flinched once and would have dropped the camera, would have run or turned around, Alien would have said, well, this is obviously not the right man for the forest.
See?
Gorillas. And charged
See?
again.
Got aura diff, dude. He got aura diff. Do you think the gorilla will be like, oh, I can take on 100 of those? No.
Gorillas can only flip a car once or twice? I could flip my car like a dozen times if I missed my highway exit.
No, it's not about strength. It's about endurance. It's about stamina. It's like who would win? 100 bees or one wasp? Like a wasp is like way stronger than a bee. But like I actually think 30 fully locked in guys could do it. Yeah. I think 20 could. If they're like truly locked in.
The fight
I
is
should
basically
go back to like
unfair. Imagine
I should
100
go back
people
to
punching, kicking, scratching you. You would be scared. It's like bringing a shotgun to a fight against 10 guys with 6 shooters.
yeah. Like maybe you can kill like 2 people before you have to reload, but they already have like their guns trained at you. I feel like everyone thinks like the gorilla has like a shotgun and then like the guys are like asleep. They're like in the line so you can one shot them all in one shot. No, it doesn't work like that. Alright. I should go back here. Alright, this is made by this was by Parasar, right? Oh yeah. I lost. I completely lost.
How about 50 men
the
versus
entire
100
point of this
squirrels?
video.
We'll say the squirrels aren't just running away and are actively coming at them.
Alright, like one man versus like it's gonna be like similar to like one man versus like 100 squirrels. Like you can be like bigger than the squirrel. You're not gonna charge those squirrels, man. That's gonna be scary. Like yeah, maybe you can beat like a squirrel and like you can maybe kill like a few squirrels, but like they're gonna start crawling up your leg.
6 team or Tyranitar who's whining.
They start like biting at you. You're eventually gonna get overwhelmed.
That one gorilla literally just walking through the average man would crush them.
What the fuck do you mean just walking?
Biomedicine
girl is not
redeem 20
This girl is
squats.
not Thanos. This isn't King Kong. It's literally just a monkey. It's a strong monkey. It's still a monkey. It's still like a living being.
Can we
Like
get
the only
shading?
Let's go gambling!
Like you can say that to like about an elephant or like a giraffe. You can say that about like a gorilla. Like even a bear has to like exert effort to kill you.
Who wins one of every Pokemon or 1 billion lions?
Alright.
Thank you Blue Ninja 4012 for the follow.
I'm gonna do the squats. And then we're gonna go back to the tutorial. Alright. We're gonna stop talking about power scaling animals now.
Thank you
Alright.
Botoreka_ for the follow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The average man is not that weak. Yeah. Think of the average man in between like an office worker and a construction worker. Like I think the average lies around there. Like you're probably not gonna get like
Squirrels aren't nearly as close in size to a human as a human is to gorilla. I definitely wouldn't want to take on 120 pound dudes. I
Yeah,
just
that
move
is true.
boxes all day at work and see people actively move 200 pounds. The gorilla would lose. Take 20 of these guys and they can pin it down.
yeah. Think of it as like you like I said, you can think of it like
Meanwhile, the average man doesn't even exercise for 90 minutes a week. Doesn't it
can
depend on the
uproot, like-
species of gorilla? Like a silverback gorilla is pretty strong.
yeah, it's not about strength. It's about like how many
How
times
many
like it
squirrels
can
could
kill
beat a
someone.
gorilla?
Not many. How many? Probably like honestly, like I did say 100
How you doing
squirrels
today?
can like beat a man. I think it may be a bit more. Alright, here's the thing. Here's like an idea. 1,000 rats beat almost anything. You would think, oh, like which animal's like stronger? 100 rats. 100 rats beat everything. I mean, 1,000 rats beat everything. A 1,000 rats
The species
beat
doesn't
bears.
really matter.
1,000
Take enough
rats.
bodies and that gorilla is getting crushed like an epileptic at a rock concert.
Yeah. 1,000 rats beat like the Rock. 1,000
boop,
rats
boop.
beat any gorilla. It's 1,000 rats. 1,000 rats win. You're all thinking about like how many like an animal, like you're power scaling animals like it's Dragon Ball. It's not Dragon Ball.
Thank you Ventrulo for the follow.
There's a reason why bees, well, like
What about hamsters?
a lot of animals are scared of bees.
One Hercules beetle could lift 1,000 rats.
And like a swarm of bees, like it's like what? How many? Or in a swarm? I think it's like less than
1,000 rats win.
1,000.
If not, the disease they carry gets their opponent after. What about one of every Pokemon versus 1 billion lions?
It depends. If we're going for lore, Pokemon. If we're going for gameplay, it's lions. I already explained this. If we're going for like game accurate Pokemon where they use PP, lions win. Anyway, oh yeah, I should be back. Oh yeah, like Parasaur asked for like
We will
shading.
sail until every gorilla has been extinguished.
I think the
You are
shading.
strong,
I
gorilla, but I am
I
beyond
have said like
strength.
the shading
I'm
to
the
be as
end,
like
and I have
already
come
good,
for you, Gory.
but I think the shading is already good, but like I definitely would probably want more contrast. That's personal. That's my personal opinion. It's not. It's not like. It's not like this is like the only way to shade. Because I would like more contrast. So I would probably
Thank you that translate
intensify
for the
this. Like kind of play into like the dark, like
Hello Ron, I know it's Tutorial Tuesday, but have you gambled? Don't forget
this
to
where they
gamble and
would
bet on
shade it.
green.
Also like here, I notice here, like this is like, this part probably would be like in shadow. It's like the elbow
Even
here.
with PP, Dugong just uses Parish Song and every lion is instantly dead. Lil Bro chooses the wrong winners in battle matchups. 1,000 bees would win against most animals.
Even with PP,
because of
Jugong
venom.
just uses Parish Song every line.
1,000 rats versus 1,000 of those
Instantly
huge
dead.
Australian
Oh yeah,
tarantulas.
oh yeah. How many
Who wins
Pokemon can
100
fight
rats
one
or
at
5
can at a
man
time?
flamethrower?
It's like 5 at most, right? It's like you can do 5v2 at most. Let's say it's 5v1 and like every Pokemon can kill every lion, every 5 lions. Like you, Pershong doesn't have like, Pershong doesn't affect anything outside of the Pokemon battle. So if we're going by game rules, a Pokemon can at best kill 5 lions per move. Now that's a lot, but not enough. I say every Pokemon, there's like 1,000 Pokemon. Every Pokemon has like 4 moves, and every move has like 40 PP. And every one of those PP kills like a lion. Kills like 5 lions. So let's calculate that. So 1,000 Pokemon times 4 for all those 4 moves.
Day 72 for Femboy
Times
Protogen.
40
If
for
we're
every
going
40
by game
PP.
rules, a Shell
times
Bell Tyranitar
5.
with Sandstorm up would just wait them all out.
800k. Yeah, but eventually...
Parish Song only affects those actively won the field too.
Yeah.
So one lion dies, new one comes in to replace it.
Yeah, but let's assume it's like 5, because it like in Gen 6 they introduced like 5 Pokemon.
If you had
like
to eat while you eat.
You can fight like 5
Hello,
like
I
weirder
am new to
Pokemons.
this channel. Can you tell me about your model
Okay.
in more accent?
So it's 800,000. Eventually, like that Tyranitar will start struggling. How was that? And like I said, it's 1 per. It's like the Tyranitar can fight like 5 at a time. Eventually, we'll run off like. We run out of resources. How many?
Thank you Pikachu Dimension for the follow.
How many people does Sandstorm have? Yeah, eventually we
Yeah,
ran out,
Roni, I
like,
sent my drawing on Discord. And I wrote what I'm asking about.
yeah, Sandstorm was like 10 PP, maximum 16. At best, you can kill like even if we, alright, you can like 40 moves, like 4 moves, 40 PP each, 1,000 Pokemon. It's still like 800,000. That's not even 1% of lions.
Gen 3
And
sand
then
warning
let's
from
say-
Tyranitar lasts forever.
Yeah, but you have to like start a new battle. And we're not talking about. Wait, does it last though? Like newer gens?
Not to
I don't think it
mention,
lasts
I would
newer
imagine the
gens.
lions would be able to use the move Close Combat, which is one of the strongest fighting moves.
No, like I said, it's not
Tyranitar has
it's
to
not
go.
about like. It's like just stalling,
Thank you Wiz112233 for the
and it's
follow.
like we're going for gameplay. I mean, like I said, we need to go back to like doing this. You guys are distracting again.
After my squats, we'll get back to the intended video.
Oh, sorry. Okay, we're going back. Yeah. So like here, like you see like
The
how like the
lions couldn't
elbows
hit
here.
ghost types. I don't think it'd be a new battle. It'd be like a new opponent coming out.
No, it's gonna be like a new battle. Like I said, it depends on like the gameplay. There's no gameplay where it's like they just replace it in like the same field. You need to set up again. So I said that's why I clarified gameplay. It's like you see how like there's not a lot of light that can come in here? And like this like
What if all the
part-
Pokemon
this,
are
like,
really
part
good friends
here-
with me?
this like part here is like very, it's like not being lit by like any light because it's like gonna get blocked by like the upper arm. So there's like at least cast shadow there. So this should be
Toxic
darker.
Spike would just kill all of the lions.
This should be darker. Like I said, new game, new battle, a new field. You need to set up again. Yeah, and eventually we'll run out of PP. So this will be darker. But even darker because like in here, it's actually like having like this effect
The
called
move Earthquake hits all creatures on the field, so that can probably wipe out like half of the lions at least, right?
that wipes out 5. We've already established this. You can fight 5 lions at a time in game, like at least by Gen 6 rules. You can fight 5 lions at a time. You can kill 5 lions per move. You have 40 moves per, and you have 4 moves and you have 40 PP per each move. Let's say every Pokemon has like Earthquake and 40 PP. You kill 800,000 lions. And eventually those Pokemon will
Doesn't
struggle
Earthquake also
and
damage
will
your allies?
eventually die. They'll eventually struggle, run out of HP, and die. And you won't even like eat up like 10% of the lions. That's why I said it's like gameplay rules. If we're going for lore, Pokemon wins.
We're trying every single caveat so that the lions stand even a fraction of a chance. This is worse than saying 100 destinies can harm a gorilla.
No, like I said, I already clarified this. Gameplay wise, lions win. Because like Pokemons are nerfed by like gameplay. Okay, so like here the elbow is also, it's like being has like cast shadow, and also it's like ambient. It has ambient occlusion because it's not getting like a lot of ambient light.
I just realized
So-
my Pokemon in the stream Tiny and Blue. I like that.
While like
Off
this would
topic,
be
but this playlist triggering
this would
some
be-
nostalgia for me.
way darker than like usual shadow. Just like even ambient light is like having a hard time getting into like the crevices. Oh my god, it's a bit too dark. So like whenever there's like small crevices, they usually get darker.
Remember when this was about fixing art? I don't.
Yeah. We're going back, it's fine. Slowly. Mm. So in general, this is like good, but like I feel like you can do more for like the shading. Like maybe like make it more contrasty. Make it so like this like don't feel like the same plane. Maybe like change like the shading a little bit. Change like changing the like whenever there's like a plane change, whenever there's like whenever like it changes like the planes, like that plane should have like at least a different somewhat of a different color than like the other plane. So even if it's like like these two should have at the very least like a little bit of a difference when it comes
In
to like
fairness
the
to
lighting.
Roni, he tried returning to the point multiple times before he succeeded this time.
Like something like that. Like this would always have like some at least some difference when it comes to like shading. Like if you think of a box, like let's say there's a box here. A box. This would have like different shading than this plane and then this plane. They would all have different shading. They'd all have like different levels of light coming in. Even if like the ambient light is like even all around, you would probably want to indicate like that this has like a different color. Or like a different like just even like a little bit of like difference from this plane. So let's say this one. It's like around this level. Instead of like just like copying the same shade here and then like adding a line. Like adding a line here. It's better to, instead of like adding the line, just shift like the shade a little bit. So you can like doing that makes it so that even if you don't have like line art, you can see clearly that there's like plane shift or like the plane is like it's like a different plane basically. Oops. See, even like a subtle difference would, even like a subtle like shift would be fine. Like obviously like some if you have like line art, that's also fine to indicate like the edges. But like the best way to indicate edges would be like using like different shading for like each plane. That really applies here on like the transformers, because transformers are very they're very boxy.
Who would win, 100 gorillas protecting me or the immortal unstoppable snail that wants to kill me? I can't move.
The fucking snail. First of all, like the gorillas don't have a win condition. The snail's win condition is to like touch you once. The hell's the gorilla? What the hell are 100 gorillas gonna do? They can't kill the snail.
Gorillas
Eventually
make gorilla
those-
helicopter and send snail into orbit.
Eventually, those gorillas are gonna die. They don't even need to like. You don't even the snail doesn't even need to wait for the gorillas to die. You see, it just needs to wait for it to be distracted, for them to be distracted. So yeah, like just adding like a bit of like more shading whenever there's like different like
Don't
edges
remind
here
me of 100 Man versus 1
would
Gorilla
make it
meme.
more.
Because I wanna jail the one who made this meme.
It would make it more like interesting. I like make it more obvious that like there's a plane shift. Like here. Like here it's like almost the same. Probably like add more contrast here. I would add more contrast here. Just to indicate that there's like it's like it just indicates volume better. Also, I noticed this one here. It's better to like the shading here. It's kind of a mistake, I think. Because like I feel like they would be like the same plane. So you would probably have like shading here, and then this would also be the same. Shading here. Change it a little bit. Like this is how I'd probably light it. Then maybe add highlights to the bevels. Because like I know it's not like the most. It's probably like beveling at like. There's like bevels here. It's not like a super sharp corner. So that's how I would like work on that's how I would change this. Like I would work on this. Also here, like you notice here, there's like I know this is like an analog for abs. They would have like a little bit. They might have like a little bit of like shadow here. Like generally you want to have like shadow like below here to indicate that it's kind of going like this. Like if it's like super flat like that, that's kind of they would have like a much darker shadow here.
What's app Vincible is peak?
What?
Thank you,
Alright,
Jambu
generally-
_the_dragon for the
Generally,
follow.
I think like Parasaur shading is like it's like good. But I feel like you can like just make it like you make it so like you don't have to rely on lines most of like I mean I know you would need the art style requires like line art, but imagine if you want to improve your shading, you need to imagine drawing it without lines, if that makes sense. Like imagine like you can't draw this with like a line. You can like distinguish like this like corner here with a line. That's how I would say, like if you want to improve like your shading. I think it's like a good practice, like a good it's a good exercise to like not use lines at all. Maybe rely on shapes. For like practice when you're like practicing shading. I mean, obviously there's nothing wrong with like using line art. But yeah. I don't know how to hand that. Who's the other one? Alright, we're moving on to the next one.
Have we done gamble yet?
I kind of like this one. This was from Bunny Lover. Well, Ska Bunny Lover. Alright. No, we need to gamba. Fuck. Alright, we're gonna do the gamba. Where the fuck is this here? Oh well. Why am I not hearing? It's red. I'm not hearing the music. The fuck happened?
Who wins, a newborn baby or a nuclear atomic bomb?
Right, give me 1 second. My earphones kind of bugged out. Did anyone TTS in the time being? Who wins, a newborn baby or a nuclear atomic bomb? Bro.
TTS test.
Okay,
Pizza.
we're back. Alright, I can hear again. Anyway, this was from Ka Bunny Lover. They want to improve on like the clarity of the line work, and they don't use colors. So this is like their work. All right, I'll do this next, but I do need to go to the bathroom real quick. So I'll be right back. Might as well. I'll be right back.
Ad break. Who in chat plays Clash Royale? Peak drawing. Thank you Renuggety Colt 4 for the follow. Flix Peanut.
Alright, I'm back. Alright.
Ron, what 5 Pokemon would you choose to own in real life? Consider chores and keeping you stuff safe. Ads over.
5 Pokemon I would choose to own in real life. It's hard to say.
Roni, who is that hottie on the screen? I am intrigued.
What are you talking about? This was an art by Kargosh. And they want some tips for line work. Now, I would say like they're like a very common thing that happens is that when you're not confident in your line work, you tend to like make it a bit too shaky.
I would take Pikachu so I could sell him for millions dollars.
Now, like gaining like
Whoever
line
drew
confidence
that,
is like
you done an amazing drawing. I like
yeah,
it.
it's a good drawing.
Flix Peanut.
All right,
Thank you,
it is
Panda
good,
Legends,
but
for
like
the follow.
I can see like why they want to ask for like the line tips for like the line work. Like you can see here, like it's not very confident here. It goes here and then there's like another one here and there's another one. Generally, you want
Actually,
the
it's
line
Monday,
to
not
be
Tuesday.
it's literally Tuesday for like what? It's 5 billion people. So, you know.
Back from therapy, hi Roni.
Yeah, North and South America has like 617 million people and South America has 438 million people. So it's like a billion. So like it's Tuesday for like at least 6 billion people. Maybe 7. It's like 7 billion people. So
Roni, you still don't understand the rules. It's not the next day until I go to sleep. Even though it is 3 a.m., it is still Monday.
bro. Okay, so like here. Like here I can get like why they like want like a bump here, but I would say instead of like focusing on like the smaller details, you should focus on like bigger shapes. That's like a better way to like actually like be more confident with your line art. Like here, instead of like thinking of like the details here for like the bandages, I think these are bandages. You should focus on like the arm here. You should focus on like making this as clear as possible. So instead of like adding like these small things, focus on this. Focus on like making sure that this like comes through as like an actual arm. Like here, so like adding bumps, make sure that's a thing, and then you can add the details later. You can like add like the bandages later. Remember, like most bandages kind of like conform to the arm anyway, so like there's not a lot of like there's not going to be a lot of like bumps like this. The
Thank
bumps
you
would
and
be
Paul
minimal.
Qualquiera 12 for the follow.
The bumps would be minimal. So focus on like
Thank
making
you
sure that
Fishmuncher 1
you
for the
get like
follow.
a clear like line here. Also I can tell like you're not very confident with your line work, which is fine. The only way, if you want to get like better at line work, the
Ron, I'm gonna head
best
to bed
way to
now.
get it,
The
the-
stream was fun. Good night.
I wouldn't say it's the only way, but like probably the best way is to just practice line work. I mean like do line work, you do line exercises. So you practice like making strokes of like line and make them as like straight as possible. Like here, you can make, or a good practice would be like try to make like 10 strokes and then make them as straight as like possible, and then like as distant as like equally distant as possible. Obviously like it's not gonna be perfect at the beginning.
Finally got 1,000 Roni bucks. 999,000 till I
But-
escape the basement.
Like this is like a good way to practice like your lines. It's a good practice. This one's a good exercise. You can also do like 10 lines, but like you try to make it, you like stack them on each other and try to make them as straight as possible. That's like one way to do it. And then you do that for like every other angle. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Something like this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like you can do this. You can do those exercises like every time you start doing art. That's
Thank
like a
you
warm up.
Axel Aru for the follow.
They work really well. So like line for like straight lines, you do that. Then there's like for like curves, you also do that for curves. Not very good with curves. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You kind of do the same thing until you get more. Eventually, like it becomes like becomes more. How would I say this? Like muscle memory. It's gonna be more muscle memory. But yeah, that's just how I would say. I would try to improve that. Also, another tip for like line art, for like line work, if you're still not very, well, it's actually not. If you're not using like lighting, if you're not using like shading, like color for like shading, or even like you're not even like adding tones, you can actually like imply shadow by like making like the line work thicker, where like
Hey
there
Roni,
would be in
do
shadow.
you think religion is a choice or command? If you're uncomfortable, you don't have to answer.
So like here, I would make like the line here at the bottom here thicker. So like here, it would be thicker here, and then thinner here. Like maybe even like make it so that like it disappears at like some areas. Like the line work almost disappears at some areas. You can also like make it like line work like darker here in like the crevices, where they would have more they would have more ambient occlusion. Like it's not like obviously it's like more of a style choice, but I think it like improves like line work if you like still like take into account like how shadows would work. Also a lot of people like ask for like folds. They have another artwork here. You can actually use this. So like the line work is like a bit too uniform too. Like you kind of want to have like some, if you're not using like color, like other things, you kind of want to have like some like variation on like the line or like line what do you call this? Fuck. What's the term? Line weights. Yeah, line weights. It's the same what I say earlier. You want more line weights in like areas with like more dark or like more shadows. So I would add more line weights here. And then like make like the lines here like very thin. Where like the lights would be. Like maybe like here. Also, I've seen like people ask for like the clothing folds. I feel like this is like this is like an example of like too many folds. Usually like clothes don't really bunch up like this much, unless it's like very it's like very baggy. There's only 3 mods here. There's like 48 people on YouTube. You guys are fine. Like pants don't really bunch up like this. Let me see if I can find like an example. Like even denim pants, and they don't really. Alright, here's gonna be like a bit of like clothing tutorial. When a clothing tutorial. So like clothes fold in like certain areas. They don't just fold everywhere. Like here.
I'm Roni. I'm a huge nerd.
Bro.
Your art sucks. I'm better than you. Give me your money.
Bro. Like you can see here. The clothes here fold here. The reason they fold here is because like the fabric is like hitting the shoe. And there's like excess fabric. So like they kind of bunch up
How
like this.
many drawings before mine?
I don't know. Don't rush me. I'm gonna do this at some point. Like after this. maybe next week. It's basically a test run, like doing like art tips. Like you see here, like the fabric like bunches up here because like it hits like the shoe. That's where like the folds come from. But here, for the most part here, they're mostly soft. They're mostly smooth. They don't really have a lot of folds, or like if they have folds, it's like very minor. The other places where it folds is like here, where there's a lot of tension.
Hey, can you
Like,
do
there's,
color
like-
value / theory tutorial next Tuesday if you haven't done it yet? By the way, I hallucinate your streams.
I actually have. I'm pretty sure I have. Wait, no, I don't have color theory. The thing about color theory is like, whenever I talk about color theory, I sound like a like a crackpot, like conspiracy theorist. Like color theory is like probably the one where it's like I feel like color theory is like the place where like most people are kind of just winging it. They don't actually know. They don't actually know what like the actual theory is. Like you think you know, but you don't actually. I'm not gonna talk about it now. I'm gonna sound fucking crazy. Right. No, like here too. You can see like it's very smooth here. But like when like there's like loose fabric, that's where it folds. So you kind of want to balance that. It's where the
I theorize that I'm coloring.
like here, you would probably want like this part to be mostly smooth and then like bunch up here. Like we will have like minor folds here, but like it's not gonna be like this deep. And then like maybe like there's gonna be folds here because like this is like where the back of the knee. There's a lot of folds in like the back of the knee, but there's not a lot of folds on the knee itself. So it's probably gonna be soft. There's gonna be like smooth here. Then maybe like a little bit of fold. Like try to not overdo like the folds. Like you can do like less folds actually. Like maybe like do it somewhere else. Something like this. Also, you need to like take gravity into account. Like here, because it's like the fabric is like above like the leg. It's probably gonna be, it's gonna hit the leg. But this part here, so this leg, but this like here below, it's not gonna be touching the leg. So this will be, this might be more foldy, like this part here. This part maybe a little bit, but like not so much. Like if I'm gonna add folds here, maybe like do a bit of like twisting fold.
Ron, you have to guess who typed this message without looking, and if you win then you get a prize.
Okay. What the it's probably not one of my mods. Well, I would send that message. Is it killer? No.
Woodpecker.
Who would send that message? Oh, they said I would win the prize. What says that?
Woodpecker.
I think my best guess would be killer, but could be someone else.
Roni, what happened to the fun fact contest? Bring it back, please. Skibby D Riz on God.
Maybe it's actually
NDM
Alpha
Ron,
Kid.
you lose.
Maybe it's Alpha Kid. For once. Alright, who is it? It's Crim. What the fuck?
FBI, open up!
Okay. Okay. Thanks for the bits. Anonymous. Is that what you said, Woodpecker? What the fuck said Woodpecker? Alright. Thanks for the bits again. Oh wait, it's not anonymous. It's by Crimson Fire. She forgot the
Thanks
anonymous.
for the lurk M694000. Thanks for the lurk, Emmy.
Like clothes are actually like
Thanks for the lurk, K6.
clothes are a lot like it's also like more dependent on like shape design, like shape language, and like actual physics. So it's kind of just like making like better shapes. Like generally I would like make shapes like this for like clothing, but like everyone kind of makes like different shapes for like their folds. Like it just depends on like your preference.
Thanks for the lurk, Daphne.
But I would
Boop,
say
boop,
like
boop.
try to like not overdo like the folds. It can get very distracting with your art to your art, because it like it draws too much like it draws too much like how would I say this, like people would focus more on like here rather than here, and you probably wouldn't want that. You probably would want people to focus on like the face and like the body.
Boop, boop, bop. Beep, boop.
So like it's not just like learning like what folds would look like. It's like kind of like try to make sure like it's not too distract. It's like it doesn't like it's kind of hard to articulate. Like it doesn't distract from like your um from your composition, if that makes sense. Like, I think folds are better if you don't overthink it. Like, you try not to put too much effort into it, if that makes sense. Like, learning the physics of clothes is good, but try not to get too carried away. Remember, unless you're actually focusing on the clothes, you generally wouldn't want that many folds. You try to minimize it. So I guess that's fine for now. Alright, there's another artwork here. I think this one's fine actually. I don't really have a lot of notes here. What I haven't said already. But I think yeah, I don't really have a lot of notes here. Maybe apply the
Thank
line
you,
work
Chico
that I said.
_Lero for the
Make
follow.
this where it's gonna be lighter. Like the line work thinner here. Then thicker here. It's the same with the other ones. Like something like this. It's a really cool artwork. Don't be afraid to add lines and parts where you think there would be shadows. Make the lines thicker.
Thank you, Katron 0x0 for the follow.
Okay. What's the other one? I don't know how I can critique this for foreshortening. I don't think this this artwork lends itself for foreshortening. Let me see. One. Here, they want foreshortening, but the artwork doesn't really have any foreshortening, or it's not even trying to foreshorten. It's a very it's a very common pose. So I don't really know how I can teach foreshortening using this.
What's your opinion on abortions, Roni? For me, it's fine because what if they can't afford it, or the baby will suffer from living a poor life?
Bro, I'm not gonna debate that here. I'm not gonna touch that. Alright, we're moving on for this one. Percy wanted some tips on shading and lighting. Why do a lot of you really want lighting? Okay, I do have some tips here. For the first two images. Alright. This one might actually be good for foreshortening. So I think for the most part, the foreshortening here is it's fine. But generally, you want to think like when you're foreshortening, you generally want to think about like cylinders. So like, if you're foreshortening like an arm, you do like imagine it as like a cylinder like going towards you. Obviously, like the farther it is, like the more, like the smaller it becomes.
Thank you Spark IE 1987 for the follow.
Like generally, this one's fine. Maybe a bit. Like a bit too.
How is your day?
Like it feels like this isn't like shaped like a cylinder. It's more like shaped like this, or like an oval, like a flat oval. Generally, you want it to feel more like a cylinder. But that might just be like the art style, or like maybe that's intentional. But generally, you do want it to feel more like a cylinder. So I'd probably add. I think this is mostly fine.
How much trauma can you reasonably give an OC?
How much trauma can you reasonably give an OC? Depends. Depends on like what story you're trying to tell. Generally, if you want like a happy ending, more or less, you give them enough that it's hard to that they struggle a lot to overcome it, but it's like enough that they can overcome it. And not too much that they can overcome it. If you're going for like a tragic ending, you can go wild, but I would say like you make it just a little bit like too much for them to handle, so that if they never overcome it, like you actually feel like a sense of like, oh my god, you could have like came it if it's like just a little bit stronger, or like he has this like it's like people to support him, or like whatever. Or like if he did this, like this wouldn't have happened. I can't think of like a good example right now. I wouldn't even say like trauma, like maybe like flaw, or like it's not flaw. It's like how would I say that?
If I submit something but my name is in the picture, is it fine if I don't care if my name is seen? Or should I blur it out anyway?
I submit something but my name is in the picture. Do you want it blurred?
Hi Wani-san.
I
hug her as
would
steal the
prefer
Walking
your
Dead
photo
from
not have your
Hexmaniac's
name.
hand.
Like have like your legal name. Like I would prefer you not have your legal name and like your photo, you know, or like any distinguishing like info. Maybe I should give like a quick foreshortening. Shortening tutorial. So like foreshortening, usually when people like ask for foreshortening, they're usually talking about arms or maybe legs, but usually it's arms, because it's like usually the poses they would go for would be like a hand, like reaching out. Now, like thinking of like cylinders, like obviously like the best way to think about it. If you can think about it in like 3 dimensions. Like generally, if like the cylinder looks, if you like look at like the underlying structure and like you look at like the cylinder, if it looks like fine, you're generally good. If it looks off, then that's when you adjust.
Hey Roni, remember when we were talking about if pissing in the shower is fine or not? Still think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's the same place. It ends up in the same place. And you save water. So like, I know it like feels weird drawing like a hand or like fingers like shorter than like shorter than you would think it is, but that's just, you just have to like get over the fact that it's like weird.
I have an ock that is half demon, half angel, half fair, half cat, half dog, half vampire, half dragon, half jellyfish, half alien, half tiger, lost princess. Thank you Noisy Vox
Bro.
for the follow.
See, kind of like this. I just remember like the more it goes towards you, like the camera, the lesser you see. Or like the not the lesser you see, like the shorter it becomes. If it faces away, then it becomes longer. For the other one,
You sure have drawn a lot of watches and girls, but when are you gonna draw yourself? Delil Ghost.
alright, like here, I like the shading here. Very bright shading. I do this all the time. I really like this. My tip here is that even if like you have like a very simple art style, you can actually kind of like, I feel like it's a bit too uniform. If that makes sense. Like you should try to like introduce a bit more, like make it less like uniform. Like here, it's basically like the same length here. This area has like the same length here. Generally you wouldn't want that. You would probably want to add like, make it so that it kind of tapers. Generally triangles are better than rectangles. Generally, obviously you would want some rectangles every now and again, but for shapes, triangles makes for more interesting shapes. So like kind of try to like incorporate more triangles. Like here you can do this, or you can even like add like a fold here, make it like more interesting. You can add a fold like that, or you can add like a fold like that. See, that's like not that. It's not the most, like it's not too uniform. Like it breaks the shape a little bit.
Thanks for the lurks, make
So like
sign
here,
garden.
this is like another like rectangular. You can like introduce more like imperfections here. Like not too much. You don't have to like. You don't have to like add too much detail, but you can definitely like introduce some like smaller shapes here and there. Like here, like the bottom here probably wouldn't have like a lot of like like this like lighting here. It's probably gonna be like lesser, if any. In fact, I would probably like not have it here below. Probably gonna keep it to like here. Just imagine like the lighting coming from here. You probably wouldn't have like a lot of lighting here. If there would be like, it would be like a hair, and it's gonna be like not very overbearing. So it's gonna be like this. You can also add more, like since it's a hair, also add more like shapes like this, make it more interesting. Same here. Make the beret a bit more interesting. Just like break it out, break it like try to not make it too uniform, if that makes sense. Generally, like you can introduce like small things like this, makes it more pleasing to the eye. Like we kind of like if we see like too if it's too uniform, we kind of see it's like kind of weird. So like introducing things like this might make it better. Might make it better. Generally, there are exceptions, obviously. Also, for me personally, I would like add lighting here. Just makes it more.
Have you ever drawn a peacock mantis shrimp? I sometimes think you draw things I'm genuinely will be scared of.
Yes, I have. There's a shorts for it. Like I generally would like add like a light like this, so that like it makes it more three-dimensional. Here as well, like here, like it's too uniform. It's too square. It's too rectangular. It's too rectangular. Add more triangles. Not a lot of triangles. You don't have to add a lot of triangles, but like it's like a balancing act. You try to add as many you try to add triangles, but you also don't overdo it. So yeah, that's generally how I would do this. Maybe make this like smaller. Like have more here. Yep.
So bones
I hope that was
twist,
helpful.
apparently.
I don't think that
But
was
that's
that
okay.
helpful.
I would rather talk about cool insects. Like the peach ladybug. Run, why so serious? Beating it sounds, beating it sounds, beating it sounds.
Bro. So yeah. Who's next? Alright, there's one who asked for like who did this. This is good practice, I would say. Hi, Les. But whenever like you do like a high angle perspective, it's the same for like what I said with like foreshortening, like the
Lay is here.
yeah. I saw Les. Hi, Les. So when you're doing Thanks for the Vine boom, anonymous. Alright, so like when you do something like this, like you kind of think of it as like, you kind of think of a vanishing point. I've told you guys about vanishing points before. Whenever you do like a high angle thing, it's actually gonna become like a 3-point perspective. It's gonna be a 3-point perspective like angle. So like all like the vertical lines will like converge below him. Let me just make that smaller. So like here, think of like having like imaginary lines here. Oh, they didn't like implementing it kinda. So like here, there's like a line, there's like a point here where all the vertical lines would converge. Now the thing here is that they followed it. They kind of followed it with like their like the background, but they kind of didn't do it that well for the person. Like it kind of feels like he's like angling way too hard here. You would generally want them to be more like this. Like see, like this is the this like this guy's shoulders. He's kind of flaring like his like legs too far here. You'd probably want it to be like closer together. Maybe make it like you made this part smaller. Like you made like they kind of made the feet a bit too big. Like shorter. Something like this. Make sure they kind of fit with that. See? Kind of looks more natural. Like you like the perspective looks more natural. I don't have to warp it, but yeah. Oh. Right, where were we? Who's next?
Thank you, Meme Clops, for the follow.
It's like a lot right now.
How about red-lipped batfish as a pretty princess? Silent bliss. Pure tutorial. Wait. Why are only a few people chatting?
Alright. There's this other one here. One G. How many have we done so far? 2, 4, like 6? No, 5. Done 5. Ugh.
Roni, whether you notice me or not, I'm always lurking and supporting. Flix Peanut.
Ah, thanks, Killer. Alright. There's all this. Try to improve shading and clothing folds. Mostly also just general improvement. I think the improvements like pretty good from like the first one to the third one. From like the third one to the first one. That's pretty good improvement, I would say. Alright, since this is the latest one, I'm probably gonna focus on this. I think this is fine. But for the most part, like I said, like the clothing folds, like the clothes fold in certain places. They don't just fold like randomly. Like in places like here. See here? It's too uniform. It's like the same length here, here, here. Like it kind of folds like three-way. You
Thank
would
you,
probably
comic
want it
_sans
to
for gifting
fold.
5 subs to the community.
Oh,
You are very cool.
Thanks, Comic Sans, for the 5 gifted subs. Damn, thanks, Comic Sans. Appreciate that. Alright. So like here. Like generally like they would probably like the folds would probably like around here. Like I said, don't try to overdo like folds when you don't need to. Especially like in like places with like a lot of tension. I mean where like there would be where it would hang basically. So like it would hang here. Like the fabric would hang at the shoulder. There would not be a lot of folds there. Generally like I would probably like reduce like the amounts of folds in like the shoulders. Like unless you're like unless it's like the pose is like going up, like the hands are going out, there would not be a lot of folds there. Because this is like where the fabric is hanging. So like most of like the it's like a most of like the tension would be actually here. Actually be here. There would be folds in but there would be folds in like the here, I would say. Also general tip, like I think you made like the arms too long. Yep. Alright, general tip for arms. The wrist, it's usually at the crotch level. If your wrist is lower than this, it looks it's too long. Just remember that wrist, crotch level. Let me see if I can find like a good example that's not that won't get me banned.
Why do he have it on?
What? So just make this a bit shorter and it should be fine. Maybe around here. Should be fine, right? It's fine.
Can you draw a vending machine witch?
Oh. Alright. Like the folds would be here, I would say.
TK
around
cheered
like the
for 100
elbows,
bits.
or like.
Cheer 100.
Thank
Are
you, TK,
fixing
for
our
the
art in the
100
order they are
bits.
sent? Or is it something else?
Kinda. Yeah, thank you again, TK, for the 100 bits. I'm kind of doing it based on like obviously chronological, but also like if they have like a certain thing they want to improve on, I look at it and like see if I can have like anything to comment. Like if it's just general, I don't know if how I would improve it without like any direction. I feel like if you
Is
just
that
post
accurate
it like
anatomy and am just abnormal? Because my elbow is on my crotch. And my hand lands on my thigh.
your elbows in your crotch. Oh, nice, level 5. Yeah. Generally, you if your elbows in your crotch, your hands are like here. Pretty sure that's not. Yeah. Yeah, it's too long. You have twice the length of like the regular human arm. Because like keep in mind like the upper arm and like the lower arm are like generally the same length. That's why you can like think of it as like when you fold it, when you like when you fold your elbows and you fold your arms to like your elbows, like you can reach your shoulder, right?
Slender
That's
man
because they're
looking
like
arm.
basically the same length. So, like here. If you fold your arms, if you fold your arm like this, like your wrist is like around the same, like your hand's like around the same level as your shoulder. That's because this and this are around the same length. Or like I said, like maybe like work on the folds here. And if you're gonna do like this like type of like lighting, I can see like you wanted to have like a darker thing here. I would say like go crazy with it. Like actually make this like part darker. I feel like you started to do that, but like you kind of pulled back a bit. Let's say like
Thank you, Look Clouds, for the follow.
let's say like go crazy with it. Like actually do this.
Not gonna lie, I've been drawing for 3 years and I still don't know how to make different people's faces.
Like go crazy with this. Like you can. This is like actually. And then like add more bright lights, more like add like the white lines here.
Thank you, Bloomy Days, for the follow.
Like you can.
I'm going bust right now.
Like you can make this more dramatic. Like if that guy's like post like that, that guy's like being dramatic. Might as well go all in. You know. Something like this. So like do and do stuff like this. Maybe like make the add more contrast on like the background. I'm too lazy. Crap. No. I lost it. I lost the selection. Alright.
Oh, my arms are as long as my legs, that's why. Wait, actually my hand lands on me.
Like something.
Oh.
You might also go for like super dramatic lighting. Like use contrast in your favor. You know? The more contrast you have, the more dramatic it is. Generally. Let's see. There's one here who asked for the character design. I don't think that's I can comment on that right now. Maybe I can. It's gonna be a different it's gonna be a different stream. Do you guys want that? Do you guys want me to like talk about character designs? I feel like character designs are, well, there are like things I can give tips on. Generally it's how would I say this? Like, it's very subjective. Can I? Alright, maybe one or two more. Oh wait, Shira asked for one. Alright, maybe I can give like quick tips for like the character design though. Like it's fairly quick. So they asked for this. I need help with character design in general. A lot of my OCs don't really hit the mark when I design them. One of them is supposed to be a Dragon Knight, but aside from the skull, there's nothing else. And the others are supposed to be futuristic soldiers, but they don't look soldierly enough. Also, another thing I struggle with finding good colors for the base colors as well as shading. That's why some of these aren't shaded and some aren't even colored in. Okay. So when you look at this is like the Dragon Knight they said. One of them is supposed to be a Dragon Knight, but aside from the skull, there's nothing else. Alright, like similar to how would I say this? In all honesty, a lot of like good character designs are fairly simple, but like with like very like few distinguishing like characteristics. If you want like the Dragon Knight to be like a like actual Dragon Knight, you would want those like distinguishing features to be more prominent. So this dragon skull, I would say I would make this like way way more obvious. I would use like every tool I can to make this more obvious. I would use contrast, I would use like scale, I would make this bigger. In fact, I would probably, so like it just being like a shoulder pad, I would make this like the entire like take up like the entire arm here.
Should I put it on the head maybe?
I mean, it depends on you. Like you can, it's like a process, right? It's like
Thank you, Otog
you weigh
_ for the
the
follow.
you weigh what you weigh the good with the bad, and then you come up with like a thing. But like if you have like a feature that you want to like basically be like the most prominent, you go ham with it. You go all in. Don't be a coward. Like I would like make this and then maybe like make the proportions
Hey,
a bit
Ronnie is
more.
sharing his talented artist germs. We need to listen to get all talented artist germy.
Maybe like I would, it's like a balancing act. You're like, if like something is big, not everything can be big. So I would make like some parts of like this guy like smaller. Like the head would be smaller. If like it's too big, like it's gonna be like it's gonna eat too much of like the like the composition. Let's say okay, I actually think of something. I should have thought of something. You can keep this, or if you don't want to, you can just throw it away. But what if instead of like just the skull, what if it's like the skull and the spine, and it's like wrapped around him?
Smash.
So
if
let's
my
say
girlfriend joins in.
let's say here, and I can actually like do this properly. It's like here. Wait, give me 1 second. I can actually get a new one. Alright, let's do this properly. So here, instead of like just focusing, like having like a shoulder pad of like a dragon, make it so like the dragons basically like almost
Ronnie,
have like
can you speak Filipino?
like way bigger than like the I can, but I'm not going to. Way bigger than the head, and then like he has like the spine wrapped around him. Something like this.
Hourly ad break incoming.
Right. Like something like this. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to change too much. I'm just like adding like a few elements. Another way to make it more interesting is like more asymmetry. Like introduce more asymmetry. Like maybe like the armor isn't like the guy already has like a dragon skull, on like his shoulder. You can make like the some of like the armor pieces like asymmetrical. Like maybe like the shoulder pad here. Maybe he has like tooth of like other dragons around him. Make like his other hand like bigger or whatever. Like you can do a lot of things to like make like your character more interesting. It just make it, how do I say this? Like if you think of an idea, think of like how you can push it further. Alright, I'll do this quick.
Got it.
Like something like this. See? Something like this. I can honestly like make like entire series of like streams just on talking about like character design.
You
It's
haven't
very
gambled yet, have
theory
you,
based
Roni?
though. It's very theory based though. What? What did you say? I haven't gambled yet. Okay. Like just think about like how alright, like you can also think about like what a character like did or like who the character is. I mean, you should actually think about it every single time whenever you're designing character, because like the character design informs like the
Roni, why
what
is
the
the
character
TTS
like
delayed?
the
And also,
character's
why is the
personality.
skull so small? Even a baby dragon's skull is bigger.
Maybe it is a baby dragon. Like maybe it's like small skull. Maybe it's like maybe the guy's just big. Like every artist will like come up with like a different design for like if you tell them like come up with like a dragon knight with like a dragon skull or like as like a design element, they would think of like different ways to incorporate that. Some people will like incorporate that as like a helmet and then make like the entire thing more bony. This guy's a giant. Maybe. But you can make that as like more like that could be like a design point, right? If like the guy's a giant, maybe like he struggles with like finding like armor pieces. So he's like a lot of like his armor pieces are like cobbled together from like he just hammered like a few armor pieces together that he found, and like they're very like
Grigolio'd redeem 20 squats.
they're very okay. They're very like crude. Like the character's personality informs like their design. If they're like very well put together, very like very like professional, like you wouldn't expect them to have like raggedy clothes, right? They would have like a very well tailored suit or like at least clean like clean clothes. Like their personality will dictate what they wear, what their fashions are, what like how they present themselves. So yeah, you should think about it every single time you like design characters. Like why would they choose to wear this? Why would they like did they choose to wear this? Are they forced to like have this? Like are they forced to look like this, or did they choose to look like this? Do they care about like what they look like? Stuff like that. I think like trying to like incorporate that's like very important.
Ad break.
Oh, there's an ad. I also need to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, then I'm gonna go do the squats afterwards. Alright? I'll be right back. I will be right back.
Thank you Suik1Dal_me for the follow. She Roni on my art stream until I lost.
Alright, I'm back. Okay, I need to do the squats, but I'm gonna do that after the ads and alright.
Roni, do you know how to make original Ween archetypes and weapon designs?
Original weapon archetypes and weapon designs. It depends. Here's the thing, I do like coming up with like weird weapons. But sometimes you know, like a sword does like a if a sword can do the sword's job, you just use a sword. If a spear can use a spear's job, you just use a spear. There's a reason why like those weapons like persisted. They work. You know. They wash your hands, yeah. Bone sword. Yeah, like how would you what would like a
Ad's
bone
over.
sword be made of? Are they like basically just are they
Thank you
are they the femur?
J4Cs for the follow.
That's kind of like my problem with like the bones in like Skyrim, like the bone weapons, the dragon bone weapons. Like at least like the dragon bone sword. Like what bone is this? Like what bone is this made of? Like Dragonbone Hammer makes sense. This actually makes sense. But I feel like they didn't do that for like the sword. See, this makes sense. It's like the is it the humerus, I think.
It would make sense to be a femur of some sort.
Oh, did you do the squats? I haven't done it yet. Give me 1 second. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Swore as a big femur bone
13,
sharpened to a blade. Final answer.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, where's the bone marrow? Where's the bone marrow? Like, bones aren't like straight thick. It's not straight, right? I don't know. I just found this like sword design boring. Could have been more interesting. Like the Warhammer, like the Warhammer's like interesting. But like I feel like some of them are just kind of generic. Like even the bow, I feel like they could have leaned on like the bow being like a rib cage or like the collarbones, but they didn't. I don't know. Or like the axe being like a scapula.
Maybe the bone
Like,
is from a whole new creature that got used for its bone.
Like I want actual bone, Alright, so like I said, you should like whenever you come up with like a character, especially like a character design, you should think about like why they would like present the way they present. Alright, like this guy. This guy has like a dragon skull with him. Why does he wear that? What compels him? Is he like bragging about like, oh, I killed this dragon and I'm gonna wear it now? Kinda like Hercules with like the Nemean lion. Does it have like practical properties? Is it better? Is it just trying to like show himself as a badass? Whichever answer you come up with, like you should lean on
he's
those.
a dragon hunter who got cursed to become the thing he hates.
So he
The
Wait,
very,
was this
very
yours?
good looking girl Picklebulb says you should make SR71 mod.
Is this yours? Prone to games. He became a dragon. It's like you can lean onto things. Like if this is like a kill, like he would wear it more proudly. He would be like, okay, I'm gonna use this to intimidate. Maybe even like adorn myself with like other trophies. Or this could be like a Cubone situation where like this dragon actually meant something to them. Maybe it's like their mother, maybe it's like their mother. And he wears it so that like he doesn't feel far away from them. Kind of like that. You think about that, and then like how would like that person like treat like
Bro, do
the
not do that. Pokemon dirty.
bone of like was a dragon hunter cursed to be a dragon when he be a dragon? Yeah,
Greek
he would be a
mythology
dragon, right?
wouldn't exist if Zeus kept it in his pants.
Yeah. I want to know like a theory I have why Zeus couldn't keep it in his pants. The reason is because like Greece isn't
Shiva
like
Ready Ketchup _ redeemed song request. Skillet falling in the black. I ate all the bones.
okay. Like Greece isn't like an entire country until like Alexander the Great. So they kind of have like each like state kind of have to like justify like their claim. So they usually use like
Thank you, Kanu, for the follow.
they should say God, like they're there for like because like the gods like say they should be there, right?
Since my uncle's names are Uncle Zeus and Uncle Hercules, you can imagine how many times I park up hearing their names.
Hello.
Thank you, Carmelia Wu, for the follow.
So like a lot of like the quote unquote CD founders like claim their descent from like gods. Like they're usually demigods. And that's like I think that's why Zeus is like the most they couldn't keep it in his pants because like a lot of people just claim like they descended from Zeus. Like their founders descended from Zeus. So like, you know, can't keep us out. Like we came from Zeus. Like that's just my theory. Like they use it as like a political tool. Like Zeus became like a political tool. That they kind of say, oh, we descended from Zeus, or at least like our founder descended from Zeus, or like their like ancestors descended from Zeus. So we have all the right to be here. You can't say we're illegitimate. That's my theory about it. I've tried searching for like someone like coming up with like the same theory. I don't think they have. Or like if like someone came up with like a way to debunk it. Alright, so like that's my 2 cents on like character design. Like I might make like more streams doing character designs later. But right now,
I'm a descendant of Zeus. Zap zap. Lightning bolt. Fear me, mortals. These immortals must be shown the order of things.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what like the Romans did, right? They literally said, it's not it's not the Romans, it's specifically Augustus. He made it so that the Romans descended from Aphrodite. Well, he commissioned like Virgil to make it so like the Romans came from Aphrodite. So like that's why a lot of like do like 2 more. I'm invested in this. 2 more what? Character design? He art commissioned Virgil. No, he like writer commission. He commissioned like a fanfic of like the Romans being descendants of like Aeneas. And it's basically just a rehash of like Odyssey. Literally a rehash. Because playing we can't do that because my guy's a demigod, basically. Like every like state has like at least some like claim that they're legitimized by like because they're gods, or like because they're descended from gods, or their founders
Zeus
were
is
gods.
literally creative just to have sex with people. A golden shower, a swan, damn.
Yeah, basically. Because like it's not just like their founders. Like most cities also have like heroes that descended from them. So, like I said, it's a political tool. He basically became a political tool, at least somewhat. I wouldn't doubt like at least some people like intended for like to use those stars for political reasons. It's kind of interesting. What's a good another thing about it? What's a good bone to make into a sword, by the way? I feel like it's not one part. I feel like you need to kind of amalgamate like several parts. I know like a jawbone would make for like a really good axe.
Shoulder blades, get it?
Shoulder blades aren't bad actually. Like like Samson literally used like jawbones to like as like axes. So you can definitely use that. You can definitely make like a concept using that.
That is not a vending machine.
Anyway,
Sharpened
Alright, we
ribs
can-
for daggers.
maybe. Alright. Sure. I'd probably do like one or two more after this.
I feel like hand bones would look cool for a crossguard.
What? Hand bones would make for a crossguard. Oh, hand bones would just go hard with like everything if you shape it as like an actual hand. Hand motifs would just be really cool.
Thank you Missionette Spoons for the follow.
See here, like I'm looking at like dragonbone weapons from like Skyrim. Like I always like this could be like a sharpened scapula, so I'm not gonna like dog on this. I think this is fine. I
What
think
about
this
a
is fine.
bone
There's
themed
like a
steel
femur.
sword?
I don't know what this is. I don't know which bone this is. I don't know which bone this is. This one could also be like another sharpened scapula. I don't know. There's like a few flat like bones we can use for this, but I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. These are just teeth, which is fine, I guess. Dagger could be fine, I guess. Like you can probably find like a flat enough bone for that. The bow, I'm not a fan of the bow.
What in the hell is that last one?
This is a warhammer. It's a femur. I mean, it's a femur. Should be femur. It's like the most weightiest one. Wanna know like a good hammer? Like design? It's from Dark Souls. It's the dragon bone hammer. I mean it's a dragon tooth hammer. It's literally like a tooth from like a giant dragon. And they're using it as like a hammer. Like the big part. What are other cool weapons from Dark Souls? There's a lot of cool weapons in Dark Souls. There's like a lot of like
I feel bad for Medusa. She got punished for being harassed. If two pregnant women
What?
fight each other, does that mean the baby is having a mech fight?
no, the babies have to control their mothers for it to be a mech fight. Sorry to burst your bubble. But it doesn't. Yeah, it's not a mech fight.
I see Hovel.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about like character designs, that's why. Also like dragon bone weapons. Could have made a scooter, I think. I don't know.
My Mo'um.
I think the dragon bone armor is actually better. I don't remember. It's fine. It's kind of like in this like bones that you don't really know where it came from, but it's fine, I guess.
What bone's making the best shield though?
I don't know. Maybe sternum actually. With like ribs. It kind of flares out. Like obviously like you can like do like you can protect like everything. But like what if it's like a giant sternum like this? And then you can have like a few ribs still here. Like you can block like small like oh you can even like use like the gaps in the ribs as like a way to like use the spear on. I would say sternum's not a bad bone for a bad like shield. Kind of looks like a kite shield too. It's not a kite shield. Like what shield was that? It's like the one with like a spear hole that's like long. Like the one, oh yeah, like this. That'd be a cool design, like shield design. Like it's just a sternum with like some of like with like ribs still attached to it. Oh, that might actually be cool. Actually, like have like a lot of the ribs still left, like here. Imagine holding that and then they still have like this here. Imagine this is like the guy here. Like it's a giant sternum because it's like from a giant. Maybe like around here, like cutoffs like here maybe. Rib shield, yeah, that could be cool. Rib shield can be cool. Also, you can use a lot of like parts as like a shield. You can also even use like a skull. All right. I should do the one for sure. Okay. Okay, I can give like a few pointers.
Ronnie, should I make the subject of my drawing the person, or should I make the subject a background?
It depends. Depends on you. Like, what do you want, like, the drawing to be? Okay. Like, honest opinion, like this hand is like longer than this hand, this arm. Generally you want them to like
Ladies
basically
and
the same
gents,
length.
I'm late, so I know I'm gonna wait till next
gonna
week
be
to
like
see if
this.
it'll be looked at.
Yeah. Generally it's gonna be like the same length. So like the hand here would probably be pulled in here actually.
Why is there someone
Unless you
named
want to,
Roni
like,
as a
try out.
hottie?
I have no idea. Generally looks like the placement's fine. Also here I would make like
Thank you Fritz _it_ for
like
the
keep the
follow.
rib cage and like in mind
Hear
here.
me out. A really giant dragon's
Like
tooth
here?
as a shield? That would be so badass. And then they
The-
carve some cool symbols on it? But you know what I don't need to wait till next week for?
That's not bad.
Behold mortals. Head pat.
Like here, like the pelvis and like the rib cage, like that's the things you should like always pay attention on. And like it's good to like have it as like like make it like more visible, I guess. Like if I do it like that. Like usually if you're like at this pose, like there's like a sharp turn here. Like where like the rib cage, like the edge of the rib cage. So you could like use to like
If it's okay,
like
could
show
we rate
that every now
Lazy
and again.
Skits? She has 4 minutes added to subathon every 2 viewers.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe. Other than that, like it's generally fine. I should have known, maybe like make the head a bit smaller.
Have you
Or
ever
something
watched
like
Little
this.
Witch Academia?
Right. Other than that, I also like tip, if you have like here, make sure like your lines overlap actually. Like here, like think of it like your perspective, like the like this leg here is like closer or like in front of like the foot, so it makes sense that this like leg here will like overlap on the foot. There's gonna be like a line here that overlaps on the foot. That makes sense. All right, we can do like maybe 1 or 2 more. Oh. Shane asked for like this one. Alright.
You saying 1 or 2 more, but that yawn is saying sleep.
Yeah. I only had 4 hours of sleep. I think it's generally good. I mean, obviously, like you're fairly
Miss me
limited
with that
for
1
like
or 2
your
more. Return to slumber.
with like the medium. Because I
Thank you,
think you use
Dollface, for the
square.
follow.
What do you use here? Generally, I would probably add more contrast. I know it's like harder to do if you're like not in Not using digital.
Where are you getting the photos from?
It's from Discord. But I would just increase more contrast. Like, I think this is like generally fine. Like,
I shall sleep for a bit. Have a good night, Roni, and pleasant dreams. Roni, I'm tired. Should I
I don't
start
know-
sketching out my
I don't know what
drawing
medium
or
we
go
can
to
use.
sleep?
maybe poster
Thank
print
you,
would
Moose
be
One.
better.
Praise for the follow.
Poster print, or I don't know if I can use markers for this one. I can definitely use markers, right? Because like in like this type of like composition, you would probably want a lot of contrast.
8 hours of sleep is overrated anyways.
Yeah. Like if I do it, like let's say I'm gonna have to do this. I would use a lot of like sharp blacks and like whites. Maybe, and then like a touch of red in like certain places. So let's say here. Something like this.
Mystic Flower says, return to slumber.
No. I don't need sleep. Like something like this. Last time you just need contrast there. If you wanna do like maybe you can lean in on like the sketchy side of it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what tip to give you without like with like your medium or like traditional medium. I think the composition is like generally good. I would say I would just like maybe make like the darkness instead of like a half, maybe like 2/3.
If Deltarune and Silk Song are exclusive, I'm a crash out.
Yeah, same. All right. Let's see.
Hey, will you do mine after this if I post it on my community posts?
Okay, community posts. It's really not intuitive right now. I'm gonna do like I might do like community post submissions when like YouTube actually makes it like implements like the thing they said they would implement like a year ago. But they still haven't, so can't really do much about it. She feels off to me. I don't know what to critique here.
Ron, why so serious? Thank you, Crimson
OMG, I
Wings One,
hate
for
it,
the follow.
bro. Why do they want me to critique?
Thanks, BotCot8, for checking in.
What the fuck did Grim send? What the fuck is this? Oh. Actually, I don't think I can actually do one more. Alright.
Thanks, Sakura, for checking in.
It's kind of funny though. Alright, I think that's it. I don't know if I can do it anymore. Kind of drained now. Yeah, I don't think I can do it anymore. Alright. I'll try to do this again next week, maybe. I think this is like a good test.
Botcot 8
No,
redeemed 20
Batcat, I'm gonna
squats.
refund that.
Beep boop.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna refund. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna do the squats and then we're gonna end stream. I also wanna edit like
Roni,
video.
before you go, what was your father Roy Jojo part? Holy hell, I'm late as. Shh.
favorite JoJo part. Part 2. Part 2. Alright, squats. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Do 5 more squats.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Rane said they're a big fan.
16,
Can you fix it before you go?
17, 18, 19, 20. Right. Okay. Fix it. Okay. Here's the fix. I actually have a do not eat sign behind me. Like those silicone packs, I have like that sign behind me. You can't see it. And sometimes it disappears, but I usually have that.
This is canon now.
It's canon now. Anyway, okay, that's it. Who was the stream? What was the... Who did you want to raid earlier? I want to edit like the
Bye,
video
Roni.
for like...
Get some more sleep. Eat healthy.
the thing.
Drink
Oh yeah,
more
tomorrow
water,
I'm gonna
and don't push
do...
yourself.
I'm gonna do like some of like the Patreon art. I've already finished like some, but I still haven't finished like all of it. So I'm gonna do them as much as possible. So it's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be Patreon
Thank
drawings
you,
tomorrow.
TW1Jesus3 for the follow.
Watching Star Wars Return of the Jedi, then we're gonna sleep. Then school in high school. Alright. Hello. I'm just about to end stream. Who was the one? I heard someone say like someone they want to raid. Who's doing like a subathon per follower, I think. Who was that?
Lazy Scott.
Lazy
The person they
Scott.
wanted to raid was Lazy Scott.
Okay.
Back to Dragon Bones?
Nah. We're about to end stream. Okay.
I don't know where to send the drawing in Discord.
It's in like the art fix. Lazy Scott. Right, they doing a subathon. It's 18 plus though. You guys fine with that? Alright. I mean, Crim's 18 plus, it's fine. Alright, we're rating Lazy Scott. Be nice, chat. Alright. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Roni, I'm going to draw a peanut for the Art Fix stream.
Sure, can do that. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.